poll out shows the Republican primary for Arizona governor is basically a dead heat.
Kari Lake is still in the lead, while her main opponent, Karrin Taylor Robson, continues to close that gap, according to polls. Our political editor, Dennis Welch, is in the newsroom tonight with the latest. Dennis.
Yeah, and Taylor Robson, she spent millions of dollars on ads to really make this a very competitive race. The outcome still very much up in the air, with a significant number of voters still undecided. 3 weeks left in this primary that is getting a whole lot of national buzz.
Proud conservative and an unapologetic Trump Republican.
From the start, Kari Lake held the lead in this key race for governor. And for most of that time, the former news anchor was ahead by a comfortable margin. A poll conducted in April by HighGround had Lake up big with 30% of the vote, and Taylor Robson far behind at 9.5%. 3 months later, HighGround now shows the two Republicans statistically deadlocked, with Lake at 39% and Taylor Robson with 35.3%, which is within the margin of error.
It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be a really close race. What it appears to right now is it appears that Robson has some momentum from the gubernatorial endorsement.
There's only one great candidate for governor this year, Karrin Taylor Robson.
Republican political consultant Chuck Coughlin pointing to Governor Doug Ducey, who endorsed Taylor Robson last week. Coughlin's survey shows Ducey has high approval ratings among GOP voters, even though some members of his own party publicly slammed the governor over his COVID policies and for certifying the 2020 election.
I assume Karrin and she are going to fight down to the wire here, and it's going to come out with one of them executing down the road here on a campaign strategy that delivers them, somewhere south of 50%, but enough to win the primary.
The race is being watched nationally as a proxy fight between Governor Ducey and former President Donald Trump, who endorsed Lake early in this race. The big question now, how will the nearly 20% of undecided GOP voters break in the final weeks before Decision Day, August 2nd?
And Democrats here are also closely watching. Privately, some would prefer to see Kari Lake win this race. They like their chances for Hobbs against Lake better than they do against Taylor Robson. Back into you.
Yeah, August 2nd coming very quickly upon us. Dennis, thanks. And